What's up, good people? What it do, what it do, what it do? What's happening? What's happening? I ain't been really doing them late night lives lately. What's up? Make it make sense. What it do? What happened to the stream earlier? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think something happened to the internet connection or the reception. I was outside in a obscure area while they salam. Lawyer Soldier, what's up? I told you them trolls be busy hacking streams. You be speaking the truth. Yeah, I think we was talking about Lil Durk and whatnot, right? Ain't that what we was talking about? Okay. I feel you on that. G-Man, what's up? What's happening, brother? How y'all doing? Where y'all from, man? What's up, man? Yeah, we was talking about that Lil Durk situation earlier. Hold on, let me check something. Y'all okay out in DC with the National Guard? How they responding to our people in the black community? Are they patrolling the white neighborhoods? How they are doing ours? I ain't been in the white neighborhoods lately, to be honest with you. But I mean, I've been seeing the National Guard in public places here, all over, not just the hood. But the National Guard ain't really bothering nobody. It's the feds, like the FBI and all them other alphabet boys. They with the regular police. So when you see the regular police, you see a bunch of feds too. Shout out to Shiesty. I like Shiesty, man. FBI. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It be the feds, all them different agencies they got with them. If you look on my like short feed, I be showing the different interactions with them people. But Chicago or the state of Illinois, they focuses on Chicago, but the state of Illinois is a much bigger place, and the city of Chicago is way bigger than DC as well. What you talking about, bruh? Mike C. How you feel about American government relationship with Israel and the Jews? I don't talk about that shit on the internet at all. That ain't what I talk about, man. That ain't my topic right there. How you feel about it? Say that's fair. Well, watermelon, well, chicken, well, basketball. What's your point? That's supposed to be funny. That's supposed to be some ultra funny, sneaky racist shit. You get canceled for no reason. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no reason for me to talk about that stuff. That ain't my content. I'm not even an expert on them subjects right there, man. Do I believe in God? He said that was a super entrapment question. He wanted you to bite. I don't even really have an opinion on it though. Like I ain't one of them dudes that just go off and just get to run in my mouth. Not about shit that I don't know about. You sold your soul? Explain. Damn, look at that joke. Yo, explain. You said I sold my soul. What you talking about, bro? Me and you ain't even had no conversation to me calling myself black. That's sacrilegious. What is? Do a freestyle about Rice Krispies. They own you. That's the truth. Who owns me? This is YouTube's platform, though. I will agree with you on that. YouTube owns the platform. That's why you can't talk about them. Oh, all right. I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't know what you into, who sent you, what you trying to incite tonight. I'm just chilling, checking out my people that come through on the live, answer a couple questions, have a laugh or two, drop a jewel here or there. You asking me what do I own? To be honest with you, that ain't none of your business. To be honest, right or wrong, y'all, is it? Do I have to come on the internet and prove what I own? He is a journalist, a content creator, urban historian, not a rapper. Okay. Ain't even that ain't even we ain't talking about what I'm doing. I'm in the privacy of my own home in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. I ain't doing nothing wrong. You know, YouTube is based on where you at. I'm following all the regulations. You got any other problems with me? You're a chill dude. I be chilling sometimes. Sometimes I could get a little controversial. Where y'all from though? Tap in. Who I want to know what part of the country or what part of the world you from tonight. I'm writing a new book too. Have any of y'all read any of my books? Y'all know I'm an author as well, right? You know, a lot of time I say I'm a journalist because I do things that covers journalism, but a lot of journalists are authors as well. You know that, right? It would be fire. North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina. North Carolina always in the building. What part of NC? A couple of NC people up in here. My family come from Carolina, North Carolina, Warren County, if I to be exact. So West Africa, for real. Shout out to West Africa. Shout out to Fayetteville. I've been to Fayettille. No, to be honest, what I'm going to. I'm lost. Do you like Michael Jackson? Yeah, I used to love his music. Columbus, Ohio, South Bronx. Shout out to both of them spots. I got people in both of them spots. VA. What part of VA? VA big state. What part of VA? It's parts of Virginia I can get to in 10 minutes. It's parts of Virginia I can get to in 8 hours. Virginia, a big state. I remember I was locked up in Virginia. It took my family 9 hours to drive there. I ain't even know Virginia. I ain't even know it was places in Virginia that was 9 hours away. Small town. Okay. It take 9 hours to get to Lee County. You knew what I was talking about, yeah. At least it used to take my people's 8 hours and some change. And that's if you drive straight. I drove there before I got there in 7 hours and some change though. And you gotta go into Tennessee. Yeah, it's a little loop. The highway do take you because it go around the mountain. You go into Kingsport if I ain't mistaken. I think that's what it's called, Kingsport. I think it is. I live in a van down by the river. Okay, that was kind of funny if a person know what you're talking about. What was his name? Chris Kringle or something? This is a level 12. What you mean? This is a level 12. What you talking about? About to make you crash out. Why you say that? He said I was there from '07 to 10. I left that joint in 2006. I got out of prison in 2010. Bland prison? I never heard of that. Small town Biloxi. I hate that map. Why do you hate that map? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Hey, bruh, I'm about to get you up out of here, man. You serve no purpose here. Your comment is wasted, bruh. Except my oldest brother, 007 Rose Bay, he was in Lawton, just left Florence ADX Supermax / DC car. He left there, went to another prison, or he left ADX and came home. It's time for him to go. He gotta go to PC. He gotta go to the PC block. Went to another prison in Louisiana. I guess he went to Pollard, huh? Yeah, I'm quite sure I'll watch the Supreme documentary. Supreme, a cold-blooded man. Shout out to Supreme. Free Supreme. I hate to put out personal business on the chat, but what? Bruh. I owe Sammy. I owe Sammy. I ain't even gonna pay Sammy no attention. Say you got the weirdest chatters. Damn, you gonna blame that on me on a public forum? Oh, California, Los Angeles. I thought you were saying Louisiana. Give Sammy his money. Sammy be alright. Hayes Point used to be the joint on Sundays. Yeah, my father used to take me down there when I was a kid. Salute, Big Stacks. What's up? What it do? I mean, Hayes Point still a nice spot. Big Stacks, what you know good? Say, man, you need to be heavy-handed on that block button. Steelers all day, baby. Drop your NFL team right now. Washington Redskins. What criteria do you consider that labels a soldier in good status? I was stationed at Walter Reed. My combos and wings and things in the late 90s. That's my part of town for real, for real. Islam Moore, shout out to Northwest DC, okay? They ain't the Redskins no more, bro. Bruh, if you grew up when I grew up, they gonna always be the Redskins. Ain't nobody trying to hear that Commander shit. Man, come on, bruh. We alright. We rebuilding, remember? Oh, 30 minutes from Virginia Tech, huh? I had the Redskins starter jacket pull over with the buttons. Oh, yeah? Vlad TV said Prince Miller wanted to overcharge him for an interview. What you think about that? Vlad low-key tried to lowball him. I mean, Prince should know his own value. You ever watch FBI Files, K Street, and First and Kennedy episodes on YouTube? Yeah, I actually seen it when it came on TV, but I watched them again on YouTube. Hey KD, you got that rent? You supposed to be zapping them niggas straight to the PC block. Dirk keep playing, Judge gonna barbecue his ass. Yeah, I was talking about Dirk earlier, man. What you thought about that Dirk thing? But the dude told me that's just the investigation. He said he never even got caught with the watch. They say he got caught with the charger. I didn't read it myself on that one. That's small fries. He got bigger fish to fry. Even as a woman, I thought I was lit. Okay. I'm a DC native and I can be real. And I can be real. The Redskins been ass since we was born. Come on now. The Redskins won Super Bowls. I checked out your Baggy Pound interview. Dope. Appreciate that. Shout out to Baggy Pound. My Steelers going to the Super Bowl this year. Y'all got Aaron Rodgers, right? Nah, they was talking slick and crazy before you came in here. You'll see it. There go one right there. He can get zapped. What's the topic, fam? The topic is how are you doing and what part of the country are you from or what part of the world? There go somebody else that want to go up top. Damn, is the PC block empty? These trolls out of pocket. Nah, they about to get up out of here. They about to start slinging that wrench. We can have a more mature conversation after that. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ain't that where the champ is from? Lonzo Diablo. I don't know what you mean by that. You what? I ain't sure I know what you're talking about. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, man, as they say. Then we probably going to Fort Dix. It's hard to guess. You remember Phyllis? From DC? I don't know that person. I heard their name. So we talking Crowder from Oklahoma. I ain't sure what you're talking about. I ain't gonna troll you. What you mean, like you doing me a favor? You got all this dog hair on me, bro. New York car going to protect Diddy. He ain't rap. Diddy gonna be alright regardless. He probably ain't even going nowhere where they interested in rats or not, but he ain't telling nobody, so I'm quite sure, he got a few dollars. He'll be alright. He ain't gonna want for nothing. Matter of fact, what time is it? It's about to be midnight here in DC. I might make me a fried chicken run. What do you think about the state of boxing due to Gervonta Tank Davis fighting this clown? At the least it's a money grab. Like a dude told me, shout out to my Baltimore guys. Dude said, Eon, Tank from West Baltimore, bro, he winning. He's supposed to take 40 million or whatever that millions of dollars is. What y'all think about it? Ancient chicken calling you. Yeah. Diddy going to the Fed pen with money launderers out. Diddy ain't going to no pen. Diddy got to get caught with a phone or something to go to the pen. I bet you he don't go to a penitentiary. He trying to go to the PC block right there. You don't see him, KD? What you mean by that? I don't know what you getting at. He going to a camp eating like a king. You think he going to a camp off the break? I don't know if he gonna go to a camp with that charge. He could. We ain't getting him in like 50 months, right? Yeah, it's cool if you come back and revisit the real fights. Jake Paul is a money fight. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't take 40 million? What's the bag on that joint for him? Yeah, it is gonna be based on his criminal history, relevant conduct, and all those things. 40. Bro, he's supposed to take that 40. He's supposed to pass for it. Like I see a lot of people saying it's bad for the sport. All right, cool, I dig it, right? So, you okay? Sure. First time felon, no violence or drugs. Nah, he ain't no first time felon. I think he pled guilty to something before, didn't he? No violence, no drugs. And the feds, they gonna give him some relevant conduct for other things he accused of. You know that. That's probably how they got up to that much time. The pre-sentence report, I don't know if that be available. I ain't been on Paces since I was talking about that Big Me shit. Lord charge in that case, right? Yeah, that's what I think in that Shine case. He said that fried chicken calling you. He beat the Shine case. I thought he pled guilty to something. I looked it up a minute ago. He got some other charge he pled out in that Shine case. He might have beat everything with the shooting, but in the Shine case, something happened with him doing something with witnesses or something. Right? Google it real quick. Sean Combs' previous convictions. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he did plead to some other charge. He beat the shooting and all that. Cause he was actually accused of shooting in the case. And if you read deep into it, The nigga even beat the case with him showing a way that the football coach. I know that one. I know you're right about that. Don't be surprised if he be out in a year and a half. That's what I think he gonna be out. I think he gonna be out at the end of next year. At least in a halfway house on house arrest. I think he will at least be on house arrest. You were talking about your books. Yeah. I'm actually writing a book on I'm titling it Title 16, How I Got Out of Prison, but it's really a book about, what happens when a juvenile is charged as an adult. He should have never said nothing bad about Trump. I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters. He don't need Trump to pardon him. He can finish the time as long as they don't play them games like they play with criminal, organized crime figures, and they indict him and re-indict him over and over again. If they leave him alone right now with this BS right here, he done. If I was him, I wouldn't even, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't take a pardon. You dig what I'm saying? I remember we had to do with a pro bill at his son's college. I don't think they even charged him with that. They had that on video though, didn't they? Celebrity privilege. What you mean by celebrity privilege? Oh, the coach hit the jackpot. How much money? How much money did the coach get? See, if you'd have said that to Goofy TV, he'd have said, "Puff deserves to be in jail, man." He do. Ah, ah, man. I hope he didn't agree to some 15-year probation shit. Nah, this fair shit, bro. He gonna get something like a. It's on the thing. I don't even remember what it was. 36 to 60 months supervised release probably come with that shit. Rich and famous justice system caters to them. Well, justice system should just try to take everything he had. He lucky to come home still a millionaire. Like, that's a win. This little jet right here. Nah, he ain't coming home from the feds without no supervision. That ain't happen. You gotta down there be a rat. And I ain't trying to interject that into our conversation, but he gonna have supervised release. He say that shit was Frico, not Rico. That's true, Bill. Yeah, he gonna be back out soon. ain't even see your joke. Tapping in with you, Slim. I be in the cut, but I see at luncheon with you. I get asked some attention every 6 weeks. I'ma leave that ass shit alone. I was kind of just responding to some shit. I don't even bring that Aunt Glizzy shit on my YouTube page. I might talk about it, but I talk about it in a real mature sense over here. Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ellen DeGeneres, Prince Andrew. Why you say all those names? Those are the many examples of what? You look like Jordan Lucas. Somebody told me that in the grocery store the other day. John Gotti was worth a half a bill and still did life. You can't buy the feds. Yeah, see, John Gotti was a different type of situation. He beat him before. John Gotti thumbed his nose at the feds, in my opinion. Dog is reading the comments. You reading the comments, Joe? Dog is reading the comments. You reading the comments? What they talking about? Watch. I don't know no street dude that ever was jailed on another man. That's crazy. How people can be okay with that? I ain't sure what you mean by that. Shout out to Delafield. Same with Nicky Bonds. What about Nicky Bonds? Travis Hunter looked good last night. Oh yeah, you right. I might play with them on Madden. Trevor Lawrence looked good last night. All right, so he say, man, Diddy came up off of 30 million with Cassie. The trial probably cost him 60, 70. That's a lot of bread. I never really counted it up like that. I mean, I thought about the 30 million in Cassie because she still want to bury him. But I don't know what she went through. I ain't gonna judge her. I'm sitting over here looking at my little library. I got books over here I ain't even read yet. I got a Will Smith book. I just wanted to read about how he was able to be successful. A lot of people think Will just some corny ass funny dude, but he came out of Philadelphia. I gotta read that Will Smith book. Anybody read that Will Smith book? She's an uptown girl, Billy Joel's lyrics. I meant to ask you, you think Psych fucked the nonprofit money up in the city with that bullshit? Nah, I wouldn't blame Psych for none of that. I mean, people make mistakes. There are people who made bigger mistakes than Psych, myself included. People made bigger mistakes than me as well. I'm not just saying that I made a bigger mistake than him, but I don't know the ins and outs of what happened to Psych that night. And what people are talking about on the internet with Psych, it comes out of police reports. Psych can't say too much about what occurred to him that night. Will is the real deal. Yeah, he said, nah, Will is the real deal. I mean, he'd have made him a bankroll, too. Keep that hat on. For our sake, man, bro, I'm a chill tonight. Don't forget Diddy got other civil lawsuits with them other women. Yeah, but as long as he ain't going to jail, Diddy a money maker. He'll never be his broke will never be my broke. Like Master P told dudes all the time, my broke ain't your broke. You mentioned John Gotti, Nicky Bond thumbed his nose at the system too. Oh yeah, he was on the cover of Time magazine. Jimmy Carter specifically wanted Nicky Bonds, if I'm not mistaken. He said, "Do you respond to Ant because of the backlash, or you really just tired of him playing with you?" It depends on how I feel that day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be Ant for anybody who follow that type of that circuit on the internet, right? And right now, to speak unemotionally, you know what I mean, with no emotions attached, to answer your question, because it ain't come off disrespectful. Sometimes I do just get fed up, and he may say one thing, or he may do something to just make me say something, and then I end up saying things about all type of things he just said to ruffle my feathers. That he would never be broke. They had a chance to bury him in prison, and it didn't work. Once he survived that, man, it's a bigger plan in effect for him from God. R.I.P. Mike Tyson. What? I don't know what you're talking about. He said, I said that because the Congresswoman was talking about the nonprofit is a waste. It's not making a difference. And he brought up the site case. I don't think he brought up the site case. I think you're interpreting that. I think he brought up a bunch of cases. Because Site not the only person that was involved in some of this type of work, the court cases. Are you awful? He trying to go up top. Can you elaborate on the stamp? I ain't talking about that right now, bro. No disrespect to you. I ain't gonna do that everyday type shit that them dudes do. Do you think any of those celebrities care about common people? I'm sure some of them do. They got family members as common people and family and friends as common people, right? My fault. I thought they was trying to single him out. I don't think so. I mean, I know of more people who are not as popular as him that have unfortunately been arrested. Now because he mentioned more than one crime also. His name is Peeberton. He the top of the fraternal order police or something. Peeberton. Peeberton. I can't pronounce the name correctly. It just don't roll off my tongue correctly. How about them skins, Eon? I love them. We got to win. I thought that was a good win, and we did it without Terry McLaurin and without Eckler. That was a good game. Debo Samuels panning out to be a good acquisition. Free Diddy. I dig what you're saying. I agree with you when you say we can't really compare Diddy to John Gotti or the rap boy Nicky Bonds. But they did bring RICO charges against all three of them, so they tried to take their heads off. He said we going to the bowl. I ain't one of them Washington fans that say that shit every year. To Ertz. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was just covered too good. Somebody said they helped out a lot with the lynch mob in Simple City B. You know, like most groups that put in good work, some type of way it gets sabotaged. You know what I'm saying? What if somebody help out? What you talking about? Groups or organizations that help stop or that help ceasefires? Y'all gonna live stream with me, man? I'm about to go get me something to eat. You know, we got a spot here, chicken joint. Stay open to 4 in the morning. What's that joint called? H and Chicken. Nigga was listening to Big G. Langston Lane got love for Slim, and he from uptown. Oh yeah. Shout out to Langston Lane, man. I had a lot of childhood buddies that was locked up with me that was from Langston Lane back in the day. Is that joint good? H and Chicken good. It ain't just good for late night. It's just it's good. It's alright. Homes on the Hill still open. I think so. I ain't been there. I ain't even drove by that joint in forever. His Wings and Stings still there. Not the original one. I gotta finish reading. I gotta reread my Asada book. I got a nice little collection up there. I don't really sit this way in the office. I normally sit the other way. Every book that I ain't read or reread that I got sitting on the shelf is just calling me. Ate your chicken better than Popeyes to me. You just gotta be in the mood for it. And I like their macaroni and cheese and their greens. They collard greens. You just gotta go down there and deal with that crowd. Asada, a real warrior, man. Yeah, I got a whole video I did on Asada, but I gotta find this one picture that I was thinking about. It really wasn't nothing but like a eulogy joint, like a rest in peace tribute type of video. Because I noticed that a lot of the younger people that watch my YouTube channel, they really didn't know why she was so special, I guess I could say. Get some Howard China, just make sure you got that Houston Rocket with you. There you go. You gotta have that Houston Rocket with you. Agent Chicken too, for real. But lately, the National Guard been out that motherfucker. Yeah, Asian Chicken don't mess your stomach up. Somebody know what they know. Who that's Michael Ryder. Yeah, Asian Chicken don't mess with your stomach. I ain't gonna lie. Said that's sad. What's sad? What's the pink house? How the youth now don't know the culture. The Popeyes on Central Avenue and Capitol Heights, always my favorite. Yeah, I used to go to that jump. I used to hit that Taco Bell late at night too when I was hustling. Like I'd be coming back from Maryland, coming back into that side of the city. I stop right there at that Taco Bell. Late night. But Gen Z is brain dead anyway. I don't like talking bad about the youngest, but when I was a youngin', I was on history. Like even if it was just history about gangsters. What's the pink house, y'all? Asada was Tupac real aunt. I believe she was his godmother. I got her book right there though. I got a couple of nice memoirs and biographies that I've read over time. Most of those books on that top shelf I got up there, they either writing books or history books or memoirs. Let's see something I can show you. Shit, a little office library, get you real PC. He said, where that Sun Tzu at? Hold on. Where's my Sun Tzu Joan at? Where is my Sun Tzu Joan at? Hold on. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, bro. Watch out, move. Don't play with me, bro. You know I got it in the building. You know I even got the little joint with the gold pages. I got the little joint with the gold pages. I'm a book reader, Holmes. Anything else you want to ask me about? Let me show you something else. This dynamite. I'm gonna show you something else I got that you bet you probably don't think I got, but you should think I have it. It was dope how you went to that council meeting weeks ago. Oh man, salute, salute. I saw that. My bad. I do stuff like that sometimes. The dragon represents eternity. We'll be here forever. It's funny you said that. Two of my favorite books. Look how good condition they in. You know who that? Formerly known as Joanne Chesmont, Joanne Deborah Chesmont, Assata Shakur. And look at the condition I got it in. Almost brand new, bro. You know, I don't know how true it is, but you know, you can't even send them George Jackson Jones into certain prisons no more. Think about that. What you think about that? The dragon represents eternity. Quick question: you ever heard of Wax's juvenile facility? Nah, where's that place? All of us black people need to start going to council meetings and things like that. You know, you in DC? You know what? BGF Bible, the original BGF. He said, "That's what's up, young bruh. I'm multifaceted, as they say. Many layers to me." I heard they banned 120 lessons too. Oh, I ain't know that. My book got banned in the Virginia prison, Virginia State prison system, Lord Legends. You say they banned it, you heard they banned it. There's a whole lot of banned books in prisons now. Tupac did have Black Panther and Black Liberation Army running through his veins. I mean, Tupac was so much of that royalty that he nor none of us really paid it too much attention that was growing up in that era of time. We like more of the gangster Tupac West Coast version. But just think if Tupac really understood it. But like in some of his music, like that Machiavelli album, that CD right there, is a lot of stuff on there, man. I still listen to some of them songs in private. Like I don't ride around bumping Tupac or nothing, as they say, but White Man's World was one of my favorite songs. It's funny how knowledge is supposed to be power in prison. It's supposed to rehabilitate you, but they don't. Once you read certain books, that's real suspicious. You know, they got certain rules in certain prisons. I can't think of them off the top, but I talked to a couple old timers that say back in the day, want to say I just read a Shaka Sincourt book. Shout out to Shaka Sincourt. I think he said that in the Michigan Department of Corrections, they passed a rule or made a rule that you couldn't learn a new language. And all throughout the feds, they got many circumstances where dudes couldn't read certain books. Tupac is in a league of his own. Like God in his own right, huh, man? That book collection is fire. I'm speechless. The art of reading is lost. That's why we need urban fiction. I used to think that, but then people start bashing urban fiction for being, glorification of ignorance. But in all my urban fiction, I tell some stories of history and some other stuff that, like I grew up in urban America, and you see my library, that's just my little office library. I got a joint in the basement, books that my grandmother left behind. Like reading was encouraged in my household, bro. My aunt used to buy these little, I don't want to call them workbooks, but they were like reading exercise books where you read things on different parts of the world and different things that occurred in history, right? I used to hate these jokes. I swear to God, it was like going to school after school. But as an adult, all those things honed my skill of reading and writing. But nevertheless, when I came in the house, she had these joints, and you had to read them. I mean, that's how I learned about where Nova Scotia was. That's how I learned about Matthew Henson. That's how I learned about Sir Francis Drake. That's how I learned about Columbus thought he was going to India. That's how I learned about the apartheid and what went on with Nelson Mandela and him on Robben Island. I learned all them things because my aunt made me read books, and I didn't really feel like reading those books, but it made you answer a bunch of questions, which promoted and perpetuated what we now call critical thinking. I have nieces and nephews, highly intelligent, but their critical thinking has never been challenged. You need to be able to critically think. Who cares if you're a genius, but you don't know how to get from point A to B without a GPS or some type of device? You got to still be able to think out here. I encourage everybody to teach their kids critical thinking. That's why I still read books. Not that books make me smarter than the next person, but it make you think. When Death Row put that muscle behind him, he forgot the mission. Some people say that. They say if you want to keep a secret, hide it in a book. That's old school right there. Tupac died young, but with knowledge of a 70-year-old. It's crazy how they dumb and down our youth. Now look at the kids that are 24, 25, nothing like that Earl. Nothing like that Earl. I mean, I was surprised. Like I said, I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm talking down on the youngins. But I was surprised how many of them didn't know who Assata was when everybody was saying rest in peace to Assata Shakur. Tupac knew Swahili. A man having a library. The one and only said, a man having a library says a lot about him. Not only that, but the books he has. Oh yeah? You seen Donald Goins up there though. There's nothing like knowing how to think fast to get yourself out of something. You gotta be quick on your feet. Sadly, I mean, growing up in my household, growing up in my part of town, unfortunately getting arrested as a juvenile, it put me in scenarios and situations in life where I had to learn to think fast or you get left behind, and left behind in some situations might be your funeral. Oh, make it make sense. Say they want them to lack critical thinking skills so they don't question the world around them. Society creates sheeps, not leaders. Critical thinking is essential. Oh, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody about that the other day. Like what is intelligence without being able to utilize it? For an example, we got all these things at our disposal on the internet: ChatGPT, Google, on and on and on, all these different AI things, right? But if we don't have the mental capacity to cipher through that stuff, I mean, then what are we doing? Donald Goines was a genius. Kenyatta's last hit was my joint. Yeah, I used to like Daddy Cool. I wrote my first book inspired by Daddy Cool by Donald Goines. But I think I'd have talked myself into going to H and Chicken, y'all. So if any of my haters is watching, I'll be on my way to H and Chicken, Northeast DC. That's the only joint you can go to at this time of night and get something to really, really eat. At least that's what I think I'm gonna do because I'm hungry now. And I can't stay up and write. I got my writing stuff all out. My Dolphin was wild. Yeah, Swamp Man was wild too. I might read me a Donald Goines book to inspire me to write another fiction book as soon as I finish this non-fiction book. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the love, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me for an hour. Tank Duck, Lamont, Eon. Go ahead, man. You gonna have me here for another 30 minutes. If you can't think past AI, then you're lost. True Bill.